My name is Sabwe Chocho, and I have partnered with the educational team at the Zambia Institute of Marketing to show you solutions for this paper. The focus is to take you through questions in this particular paper that are of a mathematical nature. So I am referring to questions that may require you to do some calculations or questions that may require you to draw diagrams. For example, this question right over here, which is question number 2. It is asking you, using demand and supply analysis, explain how a change in the income of a consumer would change the quantity demanded. Also, I will focus on questions such as this one right over here, which is asking you to calculate the following price elasticity of demand. So I'm not going to focus on questions like this one. Distinguish between capitalist economic system and socialist economic system, because this is really theoretical, and I'll just probably need to do an audio for you for that if you're interested. If you're interested, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Captain 37. Also like my Facebook page, Marketing Study in Zambia. Well, let's chat more, and my WhatsApp number is 0966930260. Now, let's get straight to answering question number 2. Using demand and supply analysis, explain how a change in the income of a consumer would change the quantity demanded. So, is it true that if there is a change in income, there can be a change in the quantity demanded? Yes, it's true. But the examiners require us to answer this using demand and supply analysis. So ideally, what we're supposed to do is we are going to draw the demand. We're going to put in diagrammatical form like this. Okay, that's the first line, which represents change. It represents pricing. It represents pricing. And then we are also going to draw another line like this, which represents quantity. This represents price, because this is the way that you draw your demand and supply diagram. And really, what you're looking at is you're going to represent the demand and supply diagram. And in the representation of the demand and supply diagram, you are showing how a change in income is going to affect a change in the quantities that a customer is going to demand. Now, as you may remember, your supply chain follows this kind of representation. It's got a diagonal line like that. That is how your supply chain looks. Okay, not your supply chain. That is how your supply diagram looks. Then the demand diagram on the other end is in this particular layout, just like this one. Okay, I'm going to draw it just like this one just now. It looks like this. So this is supply, and this is demand. Now, this is the first step in answering this particular question. It's 12 marks. So we need to pay attention and get the 12 marks, okay? Now, when the customer's income changes, can you represent that in diagrammatical form to show that the change can actually affect demand? Yes. I'll pull out the ruler again. I'll move my line right over here. And I am going to draw this line here. And I am going to draw another one here. What do these lines represent? This line represents demand. Let's say let's call it demand 0, okay? And let's call this one demand 1, and let's call this one demand 2. So the normal demand is this one, or the first demand, okay? But when there is a decrease, a customer's ability to pay goes down, it means that the demand is also going to go down. And here you can indicate to say income falls or income decrease. It also means that when a customer's income goes up, their demand is going to increase. Income rise. This is a diagrammatical representation using demand and supply analysis. And what are we analyzing? We are saying, okay, the supply is here. This is where the supply is. When this is the supply, the demand, the first line of demand is going to be this one, right over here. However, when there is a drop in how much a customer can pay, it's going to result in a drop in demand. And when there is an increase, it's going to result in an increase of the quantities demanded. And this is how you had to answer question number 2. Is that clear? Yes. And you could do a narration, a basic narration of what I just talked about. But this particular diagrammatical representation is important. Let's proceed and look at question B. B says, calculate the following price. Calculate the following price elasticity of demand. A, not A, 1. This one, 1. A price change from 40 kwacha to 50 kwacha causes quantity demanded to change from 25 to 15 units. We are calculating elasticity of demand. The formula for calculating price elasticity of demand is that you take quantity, the second quantity that's going to be demanded, divided by, this is quantity 2, take away quantity 1, okay, not divided, I'm sorry for that, it's take away, then you divide this by Q1, and you multiply this by P1 divided by P2 minus P1. This is a formula. It exists. You don't make it up. So you need to know it. And it is common, remember, to be asked to calculate price elasticity of demand. And price elasticity of demand simply refers to how responsive the quantity demanded of a product is going to be when there is a price change. And that's what we're calculating. We've been told that the price is going to change. Okay, so it's going to change from the price 1 is 40 and price 2 is 50. It's going to change. And we've been told that because of this change, the quantity also demanded is going to change. First quantity that was at price 1 was 25. But after the price has changed, the quantity is going to change to 15. And this just makes normal sense, because when the price goes up, as the law of demand supplies, as the law of demand states, when the price goes up, the demand is going to go down. Now, let's do our substitution. Okay, so Q2, what is Q2? We know that Q2 is 25. Q2 is not 25. Q2 is Q2 is this one. So Q2 is 15 minus Q1, which is 25, divide by Q1. What is Q1? 25. And this we are going to multiply it by P1. What is P1? 40. Divide by P2 is 50 minus 40. Now, I need you to do your calculations. What do you get? 15 minus 25. What's 15 minus 25? 15 minus 25 is negative 10. Divided by 25. Multiplied by 40. Divided by 10. Okay? That's going to cross out, and that's going to cross out. So what do you remain with? You remain with 40 divided by 25. 40 divided by 25. Okay, 40 into 25 into 40, it goes in 1.6. And this is going to be your answer. Ideally, this is multiplied by let me put it this way. This you probably may be asking, where is the negative sign? Well, the negative sign gets cancelled out when we're doing these calculations. But if you want to know more, get in touch with me and I will be glad to explain. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Captain37. My Facebook page is Marketing Study in Zambia. Let's proceed and talk about question B. It's question B, right? We're on question B, yes. Question B2, which is this one. We are calculating elasticity of demand again, and it says our calculation is going to be on the basis of a 10% change in price causes a 20% change in the quantity demanded. And again, our formula for price elasticity of demand is basically a change in quantity, percentage change in quantity divided by a percentage change in price. This is not the letter A. It is I'm trying to write it correctly. It is like this, which simply means a change in. So it is a change, a percentage change in quantity, percentage change in. That's not how you write your percentage, right? Your percentage change, all right? So that's percentage. Your percentage change in price. And we've been told, what is the percentage quantity change? The percentage quantity change is 20. And what is the percentage change in price? The percentage change in price is 10. And therefore the answer is 2. Yes, that's all a student needed to have done. Is there any other question in this paper that requires calculations? Yes, there's one right over here, which is question 4. So we are given the following information, and we are required to compute average and marginal product. To compute, to calculate, that's what we need to do in this particular case. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you do it. So we've been given labor. Labor is going to be our main focus. So the focus is labor. When we have one person working, we are going to produce 20 products. When we have 2 people working, we are going to produce 25 products. And when we have 3 people working, we are going to produce 27 products. And this is and it's the same applicable there, and it's the same applicable here. Now, we are being asked, if this is the case, how much is going to be the average product? And average product is calculated. Average product is calculated by looking at how much the total divided by the input. So if we, for example, pick let's pick on this one. Okay, if we pick on this one and we're looking for the average product, so the average product is the average product, the output in this particular case is 20. The input, how much work was put in by how many people? 1 person. So 1 into 20 is 20. Let's take now when the average product, we're looking for the average product when the input is 2. When the input is 2, the output, the total product, is 25. And 2 into 25 is 12.5. The same would apply if we are looking at output when the output or the total, when the total product is 27, the input is 3, isn't it? The answer is 9. This is how you're going to calculate your average product. So let's just complete this, okay? Using the formula I gave you, which is this one. let's compute and put the information as would be required here. Okay, so I'm going to do that quickly, but I'm not going to do all of them because I need you to also do the others by yourself. Or when I post this video in the description on the YouTube channel Captain37, please do subscribe. Or on the Facebook page Marketing Study in Zambia, I'm going to actually put the figures. But what the figures are, average product here is going to be 20. Here it's going to be 12.5, okay, which is basically 2 into 25 is 12.5. 3 into 27 is 9. 4 into 29, 4 into 29, 4 into 29 is 7.25. 5 into 29, 5 into 29 is 5.8. And 6 into 26, 6 into 26 is 4.3. And so we have populated, we have computed the average product. What we need to do now is we need to compute, we need to include in here the marginal product. And what is the marginal product? Marginal product is the cost between the difference of two productions. So let's look at this particular diagram. So let's look at what happens between when our input is 2 persons and the output is 25. What is the difference? Was there any other production that happened before? Yes, there was production before, and the total product before was 20. So the difference between this 25, the difference between this 25 and this 20 is going to be our marginal product, and it is 5. So you're looking at the difference between 2 points. 2 points that follow each other. So the difference between this particular point here of 27 against the production before, the total production before, is going to be, what's it going to be? It's going to be 2, because 27 minus 25 is 2. And that's how we proceed. 29, we look at this 29, take away 27, which is this 27 here, okay? It's going to give us 29 minus 27 is 2. And when we follow that particular sequence, we will notice that here the answer is going to be 0, and here the answer is going to be -3. And that is how you populate, compute your average and marginal product. And by doing that, you will get your 6 marks. Is there any other question in this particular paper that required calculations or drawing of a diagram? I can't see any. Maybe there could be, but since I can't see any right now, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Captain37. Facebook page is Marketing Study in Zambia. My name is Savoy. Feel free to WhatsApp me. Get in touch. Let's chat about how you're making progress with your studies. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.